Welcome to another episode. We are Echoes of the Opinionated. I'm your host, RD, co-host.
Big Web, how y'all doing?
This is episode, I believe, 21.
Yeah.
Episode 21.
Yep.
And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about humans versus AI, or AI versus humans, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
This has been a hot topic.
It's where it's headed.
I know a lot of people are worried about their jobs because of AI taking over. And I think that a lot of companies are looking to save money and using AI to help bridge the gap. So let's talk about it.
Hey, AI is a
What is AI? What is it? What does it stand for?
Well, everybody knows AI stands for artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Which, you know what year it was first created?
1956.
Really? Yeah. AI. You guys could do further research on that. You know when it was first publicized?
1966.
Chatbot.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, remember that small chatbot? Yeah. It started small and they named that chatbot Eliza. Yeah, you can research that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, the little small chatbot.
Yeah. I think actually, I really do. I think I actually.
Yeah, you don't see
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was AI.
Yeah, that was AI. Yeah, when it first came to public. Yep.
Yeah.
Gradually increased from there.
Yeah. So, what is your? I'll start with my take on AI. I didn't like it at first. I thought it was stupid. I thought, even though, like you said, it's been around for a while and various things, and I think it's actually been around in, automated phone calls and things like that, so to speak, for a long time. With, people say bots answering the phones. So I think it's some older form of AI. But for me, I didn't even have, everybody had ChatGPT and all these apps on their phone. I didn't have them.
No.
I wasn't trying to, jump on that bandwagon that quick. It took me a while before I actually downloaded the apps and tried them out to see, what they could do.
And a lot of people downloaded those apps and people rarely use them. Once you start using them, you see how far you can take it because it'll just keep learning. When you download those chat GPTs and those and all those information, it's not only telling you, but it's also learning from you also.
Yeah.
So every time you use chat GPT, it just gets better and better.
But it's an algorithm.
Definitely an algorithm.
But it's it's trickable. It's not.
It is trickable.
It's not 100% because a lot of the information that
is
it
not
answers
correct.
you to, it's not only is it not correct, it's based off of internet searches, which can have bad, false
information. Yeah. Like, how you call it? Hallucinations.
Yeah, but it's also missing a crucial point of, context. I know it pulls a lot from the internet that some people put context into, but not life experience, so to speak. And so I think it's skewed in that. I've seen some of the responses that I've asked it, and I've shaking my head. What?
That is true. That is true. I've noticed that when you question ChatGPT or any type of software of AI that you use when you question them for further information, as you guys see on social media, you actually have to break down the question deep. All right, without this, without that, without this, without that, what is the true essence?
Yeah.
And then they'll give you a different answer.
Yeah.
So you gotta be very specific when you question.
It's literally, you could say a broad thing and it'll give you a broad
answer, but if
it can be incorrect.
Exactly.
So it's not foolproof. It's not as smart as people think.
No, As of right now, it's not. But
it's literally bundling a bunch of things together to give you an answer.
Yeah, what it does, it takes from every type of forms of every type of questions related, and just like you said, bundle it and then just give you.
And that's just what we're talking about is just your Chat GPT,
Grok, and all that. Yeah.
DeepSeek, and Meta AI. Those are the kind of the major players in the AI app game.
Yep.
So what are we doing with AI? What are we doing with AI at this point? That, number one, people are losing their jobs. Number two, colleges don't allow or the schools don't allow it? And 3, is it beneficial? Like, is it actually helping us or is it hindering us? As far as the thing. So let's start.
I'm gonna say both of that. It's definitely, if you're coming on the pro part, it's helping us. It's making stuff more easier in research. Like some people will go to the library. Now with AI, they don't go to the library.
Yeah.
AI would literally tell you like what books it's in, from blase, from point A to point B rather than go to the AI. Some people that don't like AI, they would go to the library and do research the old way, which is no problem with that. But AI literally is pretty much faster.
Yeah.
Into giving you a quicker result.
Yeah.
And much,
a lot faster responses and quicker problem solving.
Yeah.
I think that's the main idea of it. So related to work, people are losing their jobs to AI, and mostly phone services, and I guess like sorting services.
Oh yeah, definitely sorting services.
Sorting.
Have you ever received a phone call from what sounds like an actual person?
Yeah.
But if you listen carefully, you'd be like, that don't sound totally human.
Right.
And then people don't know, if you're not sure if the person is human, next time you get a phone call from what you think is an AI, ask them, hey, are you AI? And it'll actually tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It'll say like, yes, I am an artificial thing. You're like, what?
Yeah.
But it did something that kind of gave it away that was AI. And it's almost perfected. Which is kind of scary though, honestly.
I feel bad for people that are losing their jobs to AI.
AI, yeah, a lot of people.
But I don't know where it's going. Like, I don't know if it's a permanent thing. I think that a lot of companies are using it for, but I think they're going to find out that the accuracy isn't there.
Yeah.
That you're more accurate with a human than you are with AI, just because AI can have a skewed answer.
Yeah, because AI functions by processing.
Manipulated.
Yeah, it functions by data processing, and where it's going. Human kind of would catch the error.
Yeah.
It may not be as fast as AI, but it gets the job done. So,
and I know like efficiency in corporations and stuff matters. Like efficiency is, people want efficient programming. They want efficient jobs done efficiently.
Yeah, everything done on time, deadlines and all that stuff.
I know that to that extent, AI can be beneficial as far as time constraints and things like that. But as far as mistakes and input, you still, I think, need humans to correct the errors and definitely errors that I think AI can't physically come out the computer and
touch it. Yeah, you definitely gonna need some, human there when it comes to certain issues that goes down with AI, because even though it's faster, it's more precision, and it's somewhat cut corners by doing a 4-hour job with AI. It gets it done in an hour. But at the end of the day, mind you, there's nothing wrong with humans. It's just they selected AI because it's faster.
Yeah,
that's all.
Quicker responses.
But there's nothing wrong with humans.
No.
But it's just they just put AI because it's faster.
Yeah, save them money.
Save them money.
That's not and that's mostly what I think AI has come about, is to save companies money.
That's all it is. You're paying the same amount. So you're paying the same amount to get done faster.
But if not more, these programs ain't cheap. I'm sure companies are paying a ton of money for these AI generated responses, these AI generated things that are custom to their corporation.
Building it is where the money comes in.
Yeah.
But the productivity, which invest money that you double or triple or quadruple your process, your profits of what you're doing, it works.
So I'm not like 100% sure, like the AI is being coded by people, I guess, or designing the programming that says, hey, this response requires this search, whatever the, whatever binary code or whatever is going into that to help the computer to figure out what responses are what. The intelligence part of it, it's obviously, I think, human design, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I feel like that segment is a very small segment. I feel like most companies are going to rely on human.
Because you know why? Well, human rely on lived experience, emotion and personal connection.
Emotion
and teach values and critical thinking.
Yeah.
So you're learning as you go, as you adjustment and make, AI with machine will probably stopped,
So I'm not 100% on like what kind of AI is used to do, voice thing besides the fact of the apps that we have on our phones. Like, is that different programming and coding compared to what people use to answer phones on automated phone calls and data processing and those sort of things? Is that different than the question answer chat GPTs and Groks and DeepSeeks that just answer questions or modify photos that you put into it? Is the imagery, modifying the imagery. Grok is pretty powerful, can take a video of a still person and make it start moving around.
Like a whole movie, which is scary.
It is.
It's cool, but it's scary.
Yeah.
That's if you look at those videos somewhere on the bottom, it'll say AI generated.
Well, thankfully,
because a lot of people will believe it.
Yes,
especially the older people, like the grandpas.
I tell video. I look at a video now, and I'm like, that.
You can tell, like,
that's not real. And there are a lot of close ones where I have to take a second look, but then they all kind of sound the same. They all kind of look the same. They all kind of, there isn't much you can do to differentiate your AI creation from another. Exactly. They kind of all look the same.
All the same. It's just, you gotta look back at it and be like, oh no, this is AI generated. And what's great is as the years go on, it just gets better and better at it. So it just gotta be more, it's like in the future, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the scary part. On screen. But what if like it's a live thing? Like, I don't know, like those drones doing those, images in the sky at nighttime. It look like lights, but it's like thousands, or hundreds of drones just, and it's like they all
doing the thing.
Yeah, like they got LED screens and it look like you're watching a big TV.
Yeah.
But then when they shut off or if it's daytime, it's like it's thousands of drones in the sky in the shape of a square. Oh man.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The amount of, I can't even fathom the amount of intelligence it takes to create this stuff.
It's crazy,
But, as fast as we think about it, our phones have it now. Facebook with Meta.
All that.
Google
has it.
Imagery, trickery. And there's a lot of different corporations that have integrated AI into the thing, into their, mostly, because people want to use it. But I don't know what's more popular. What do you think? Is it just the apps that are popular? Or like I said, is it the actual AI that people are incorporating into businesses to help efficiency?
I think it's all of that because AI uses data processing and patterns to deliver instant customized facts. And that's the thing. When AI give you an answer and you do your own research and you find wow, this is pretty much 95% fact.
Right.
And then like you said, we mentioned earlier, so this depends how you question AI.
Yeah, it depends because
it might give you like a hallucination answer.
Yeah.
But when you ask the same question, but in depth, it literally gives you that in depth, question.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's very much like an algorithm.
Yeah. Literally.
It's kind of like how you can trick like your credit. There's people who have really good credit and have tons and tons of money because they know how to make it look good, on their credit report, but they still owe tons of money.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't even if you're in debt, like up to your eyeballs, you still, if you play the system correctly, you can still have a great credit score. And I think that AI is the same way. You can still, you can make AI say what you want based off of,
that is true,
saying in a specific.
That right there, when you tell AI that, it also is learning from you.
Yeah. And then you have the answer and it sounds like how you want, but that's what AI does. It gives you the answer you want, not necessarily the answer that you need.
With that being said, that's how you know AI is scary.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's scary.
Yeah.
But AI is good to a portion, but I think even though AI is advances, I think it's still important for us as, people, as humans, to still learn from ourselves and, not focus on AI and ask them everything. You know what I mean?
So that's
like totally relying on AI.
That's a good question. How we use them is first, and then we'll get to where's the information go that we put in. So first, how we use the apps. I know for myself, I've asked it questions pertaining to my house, like how to change a pipe or what's the best coffee maker to buy.
Does it give you a good answer?
Yeah, it gave me some answers. I was working on my car and I needed a specific tool, and I asked it what tool to get, and then I asked it to compare it to other tools, and then instead of me actually going in and researching every tool and then writing everything down and compare it myself, it gave me a couple of reasons why it thought that this tool was better than the other one. And I found that very useful. And I found myself a couple times going down a rabbit hole because then it brought me other questions. And then by the time I'm done asking about this product, I got 50 paragraphs because I keep changing it and it keeps asking me other things that I didn't think about. So it can be exhausting trying to keep up with an AI and how it words things and how it questions things. And I feel like it all has to do with how you put in the first.
That's AI for you.
It's insane.
Yeah, like I said,
how far down the questions you can go. You know?
Yeah, it goes by the information and all.
But also life issues, health issues, definitely. Hey, why do I have this bump on me? And what is it? And then they say, well, what does the bump look like? And you tell it what the bump looks like. And it's based on your description. That looks like you have the measles.
You know what? I met somebody that works in, happened to work in the medical field. And they were saying that in the near future, they were thinking about bringing AI into hospitals to help diagnose patients. AI helping diagnose patients.
Yeah.
So you got the doctors there.
People are already doing that.
Yeah. You got doctors there.
Home.
And then now you have AI along with the doctor. So now the AI is going to learn about the human body.
The AI doesn't. People think the AI is learning, but it's really just pulling things from the internet.
Pulling things from.
Now, what it is learning is how to string those together.
And it's also learning the human body itself too. I mean, they scanned it.
Like when you talk to AI on your phone with the apps specifically, it learns your questions and how you relate them, which is weird. But the answers are still from a source. It's not like it's thinking about this thing and understands what you're saying. It doesn't. It's literally pulling all of this context from the internet and dropping it in front of you because of how you asked the question. And then it does go further by integrating it to past things you may have asked or other things you may have had conversations which you haven't deleted. And it'll bring that into
bring that all that. It bring all that in there.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to say, so that, especially with health issues and things like that.
So now you see how it is. They bring AI to the public. Like we use it at home, work, school. Now they're bringing it into the medical field. They're only doing that because they see how effective it is in the public. So now they're bringing it to the medical field.
Also, too, people don't trust doctors.
Yeah, that too. It relates to a movie, Asylum. There's a scene where the robot scans the body of the little child and literally tells every sickness or every broken or injury, and it heals the child without even making no precision at all. That's AI. That's some crazy. If you guys ever seen that movie, Asylum?
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you that in the near future, as technology continues to develop, it's gonna lead that way.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, I feel like people have a hard time trusting people. Sometimes you trust a computer or something else faster than you trust a human just because of our
I agree with
fallible nature.
That I agree. Because I agree with that. as you guys know, throughout the history of medical history, misdiagnosis, lawsuits, and all that.
Right. I mean, you look at it too, like you have a car. Like some people are really good engine builders. Some people are really good car builders. Some people can put a car, but some people can't. So, you go get your car fixed and then, you hear people all the time say, "Oh man, as soon as I got my car done, man, now it's never right now afterwards." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the factory, when those machines come down and put the head bolts in, or the machines come down and torque the bolts, they put it together with such precision with those machines. Then when a human gets involved, and they have their errors and they have the things that
slight errors, like you get a car brand new from factory and it's a rattling sound, and this tightened bolt from factory,
But people rely on the coming from the factory. They say, "Oh, it lasts." When somebody goes in there and let's just say changes a head gasket or something like that, then you struggle to believe that it's the same as it was. It's not the same.
It depends on the material too that's being used.
Right. Of course.
If it's like good quality, if it's cheap, what's going to happen when it's cheap. But if it's good quality, it lasts long.
I'm relating from human to AI as far as like when you have a computer or a machine put the car together versus from the beginning at the factory versus when you go to a mechanic and he takes the water pump out and puts it back together. Is it the same quality? Is it the same type?
I don't think so.
No, because obviously you're
imagine AI doing an oil change. How'd that go?
I don't know. It would be perfect. Perfect amount of oil every time.
In the air, remove the engine cap, drain the drain plug.
So it's difficult to say, but I feel like the accuracy that people are looking for
tire patch
is in AI. That's why they're, as far as, like I said, the people look at the doctors and they're like, I don't trust what that doctor said. And for all intents and purposes, you're right, because sometimes you go to one doctor and he tells you, "Oh yeah,
you go to another doctor, give you a different answer.
Cancer tonight. You better say your last prayers." And you say, "Well, no, let me go oversee."
That happens quite often. And
the doctor and the doctor says, "What was he talking about?" No, you just listen. We're going to do this. We're going to remove this, and we're going to fix this, and you give you 100% chance better of fighting this off. And then you're like, "Why didn't the other guy say that?" That's human error. That's human for you. That's what you're up against. Whereas maybe with AI, they would have had that answer from the get-go.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to give you this medicine. We have this option here. We can get you this, and then this will be the thing, and then we'll go from there.
Indeed.
So it's very difficult to say that, AI isn't beneficial or will be beneficial in the healthcare market, because it could be, just because of, there's times, I know everybody can relate to that, where you went to the doctor and you got the wrong diagnosis.
For sure.
So that's a little bit how with decision making, health issues, life issues, home issues, things that we use ChatGPT and the apps for, the AI apps for. But the other question is, where does this go? Where does this information that we're putting in, where does it get stored? Where is it being read? Or is it being used? Is AI putting all of the information that every human being's putting in there and putting it together?
All of that. All of that. It's being read, it's being used, it's being monitored.
Yeah.
Did you read that there was in the news a while ago, I think it was on social media, some guy that asked AI a question about something that's bad, and he got a knock on his door a couple of days later.
Oh,
mind you, he asked AI, so you just gotta be. They are being watching certain words that you speak and say. It kind of raises a red flag, and as they always been saying, of course.
Yeah.
And you just gotta be, just be, cautious about what you're asking AI and make sure it has to make sense and not no opposite of what you're using it for. Is because you gotta use it for good and whatever you're trying to make a useful tool, rather than use it for the opposite.
Yeah, if it can be called.
If it can, you know what I mean? But I was saying that the one thing about AI and humans and humans is, even though a lot of humans are not maybe you might agree with me, are not too focused on continuing to study, read, learn something, be creative.
Well, that whole other thing, because we don't get paid for any of that.
But if AI wasn't there, it would have, like, at times.
But I'm saying like the incentive to educate yourself and be better.
Exactly.
Is it the way it was back in the day? Like,
all right. So why does that happen now?
Because back then we were pioneering. Like now we're not pioneering nearly as much. Like we still doing stuff. Like I guess you got like Elon Musk who's trying to, go outer space, and we're trying to do things, like with the windmills and change how we produce electricity and things like that. But it's not the same as it was back then when you didn't know the end and you have to step off a cliff and just hope that you're going to land and it's not as steep as you thought. And I feel like nowadays people are already ahead of that. You can look up how far it is and everything, and this and everything.
It's a good analogy. It's a good analogy. Like you take a leap of faith, go forward. Now you just look down, it's already set.
It's already set. You already know. And so it's like, is that creativeness gone? I think so. I think there's nothing left. And then people wonder why their jobs are gone and this, because there's no creative points anymore. They kind of just need to know the final end.
This is why human education and experience is important, because number one is empathy and mentorship.
Yeah.
Right. General speaking, caring relationship with, people who's learning, like students or patients, whatever, providing motivated, to keep going, and pretty much life skills.
Exactly.
Literally life skills. But if you got AI in the midst, where now you got AI here, like you heard, like, oh, in the future, we're going to bring a robot into your house to clean your whole house for you.
Yeah. That was,
or make
Elon stopped producing 2 of his vehicles, the Model X and the Model, is it Cyber?
The Cybertruck?
Not the Cyber. Is it the
Model X and the, I don't know.
There was 2 of them.
He's the X and the S?
Yes, the X and the S, correct. The X and the S, he stopped producing them to go into the robots. I didn't read too much of them, because now, like, do you see all the TikToks where they have the robots out there that running around in the streets and asking people questions and this and that and the other, and the people pushing the robots?
That's in Japan? I think it was in Japan.
Maybe it's in Japan. I don't know. I know a lot of the around in Asia have a lot of those guys that are doing the, Honda has a robot, Mitsubishi, like all these robots that are, being powered.
Yeah.
And, having them walk, talk, sing, and whatever else that, they want to fancy puppets,
Yeah.
high tech puppets.
I mean, if you got a machine to do your stuff and to think for you and logical thinking, in the near future, fast forward, is going to be like Terminator Salvation.
Sounds what I was saying, like,
are we humans are incapable of living?
Yeah. So that's our next question. Is AI going to be like they do in the movies? And did they predict this in the movies? Because a lot of these movies came out in the 90s when we were early and late 90s. We had Terminator that was back in the 80s.
In the 80s.
That they were talking about.
Yeah.
That the robots that we taught and showed how to do things
in the 80s, and look where we at now,
and got us, and then you have like the next one. What was that movie you were telling?
AI. I believe 2001.
He mentioned this movie to me, and I'm like, wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah, AI. If I never seen that movie, watch it. AI 2001, meaning the year 2001. That AI.
And I had forgotten about that movie. I remember what happened. The child like died or something.
Yeah, it died,
and they took his memories and put it into a robot.
Into a robot. Full conscious. Like it's like it's him, but
it's not.
He's a full legit robot.
It was weird.
Yeah,
very weird.
Which comes to that thing I showed you earlier about that dude, but you said it's like
that thing.
Like, nah, that ain't real.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But then you have Will Smith with that iRobot.
Yeah.
That was a lot of people now. He represented a lot of people now who just hate artificial intelligence.
And that's where it's headed.
Wanted nothing to do with it.
Think about it. Yeah, think about it. They're building legit robots right now that can make maneuvers and all that.
Yeah.
You want to get kicked by a robot?
But even the Tesla cars, they drive you all around. That's even the cyber cabs now.
Yeah.
Why was it Waymo?
Waymo and all that.
Now Elon's coming out with the cyber cab. All these cars are artificially intelligent, getting you to and from your jobs and taking you around, and
all that.
Driverless cars. Like, who would have thought of that? Like,
so it's bringing
who would have thought of that? Driverless cars.
Driverless cars.
At that point, we are accelerated to listen, 2026, we are doing driverless cars.
A lot of people not a fan of it.
It's
I know a lot of the older people, like our grandma, grandpas, they're like, never. I'm like getting into that machine.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you get into a car and there's nobody, but it's driving you. God forbid that thing malfunctions.
Yeah.
You know?
It'd be very strange.
You know?
But one thing I haven't seen it in, I don't know too much about it, but I haven't seen anything too much in aviation. I think I haven't seen any AI pilots or anything like that. Now, I have heard in like the trucking industry, they want to do like AI as far as like in the, the jockey wagons and stuff that run around in the yards. They want to run them on AI.
If aviation can set their button to autopilot, then they're not too far from being a full AI operation.
Yeah.
So if you got
I don't know what autopilot is.
Well, they do. Well, I think the military has unmanned pilots.
Yes, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's AI. Whether it's AI or it's being controlled somewhere else
remotely.
Yeah, like just like the drones in the sky we see in the movies, they set drones and they're like in there with the remote, like a video game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say. I feel like it's one of those things where either you embrace it and go with it, or you don't go with it. And then, but there is an in between where you have people that are like myself. I feel like I consider myself in between. I'm not a full AI fan, but at the same point, I do ask it questions pertaining to the house and the things. Whereas before, I used to have to go on Google and research and dig through forums and scroll through things. Whereas on the apps and things, I just ask a question and bam, there it is.
You know what? A good movie that just what you said can relate to what you just said 100%. It's a movie called Atlas with I don't know if you guys seen it. Atlas with Jennifer Lopez. Okay, we came out in 2024.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
She had that.
That was her. She was at.
Yeah, she had. What's that machine called?
She didn't believe in it.
She didn't believe in it. She was in it, but she was manually coaching the whole time.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie. Like you guys haven't seen that. It's called it's Atlas 2024.
And then
with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, she did not want the AI had to go into her head.
Yeah.
So that they
it needed it
better.
Yeah, exactly.
And
they work in unison.
And she ended up accepting it.
Yep.
I don't know. Is that the answer in integrating humans and AI?
That's
I don't even want to go down that path. I don't even want.
So yeah, that's a whole other thing.
I don't even want to go.
It's just letting you know that AI can do.
I ain't getting nothing in my head.
As of right now, AI has a limit, but in order to go full all out, it needs a actual person.
She's sitting here, web. You know what I'm saying?
Freak out. I'm up and leaving. Nah, but yeah, that's
that
crazy.
Would be terrible. I think that would be horrible.
Oh my god, it would be definitely horrible.
I don't think I could deal with that.
You know, another movie is it's called The Creator. That one's another one too, where AI. It's called The Creator, 2023. AI has advanced so much amongst human civilization. I'm not even gonna say. You just got to watch it. It's just a movie like that. It's make you think. I understand it's a movie, but still, it makes you think in real life.
Yeah.
Because if you look at where technology is going right now, like everything's like almost getting AI.
Yeah. So where does information go? So, when you talk about it, we don't know where the information goes. We don't know who's collecting it. But so one example that I wanted to bring up was what's the car company that just got kicked out of the Polestar? So Polestar just got kicked out.
Why they got kicked out?
Because they were using Chinese.
Oh man.
And it's like Asian Chinese software. And I believe that they were sending that. I guess they believed that they were sending information back to China. So they kicked Polestar out of America, like kicked them out.
So what do they know that we don't know?
Now are offering like $30,000 like off their cars right now because everything has to be gone by 2027. You can literally buy a Polestar, a $60,000 Polestar for $30,000 right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
I don't think people talk about.
But I don't. But again, if they're sending information, if they're being accused of, or they actually were sending information from America back to, maybe the music that people are listening to, the roads that people are driving
on,
or listening to conversations in the car, who knows? I don't know how far it went. But American, I guess what do they call it? The Homeland Security thought that they needed to get rid of it and take it out of the system and enough to where they banned Polestars to be being sold in America, which is crazy to me that a whole car company just got banned.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you question the real reason. What's the bigger, like Polestar been here for years, right?
Yeah. I think 20.
20 something? What? I don't know nothing about Polestar.
I think it's like 6 years.
But but all this time now they want to ban it because they just dig into it or something.
Well, they dug into it, I guess, and they found out that they were. Well, they owned by a Chinese company, and like Volvo and Polestar were owned by this Chinese company. I forget the name of it, but
a lot of people use Waze. That's AI generated in certain features and data, and the creator of AI, I thought he was American. The creator of Waze. The creator is not from the U.S., but U.S. bought it.
Yeah.
So now, if you look at Waze right now, you look at Google. It's almost similar now with all the data and all the features they have on them.
So like that's my thing. Like if data, where does it go? So if your information can get out, like you said before, the guy got in trouble for what he said on to AI or whatever. So if our information is being read by the government, anything that we're saying can be read by the government.
Of course.
And I feel like that is probably our biggest concern.
Nobody reads the fine print.
That where this information is going and who's storing it and who's listening to it and who's watching it.
You ever download the app and it has that, what's that called? That whole contract, and you got scored to get the bottom, hit agree. Check the box.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It happens a lot more. It happens a lot more on Google phones because they all have open source.
Fine print. So
because y'all have open source now. Like Apple phones, are most of those things are Apple puts through their thing, and you can't just put certain apps on an Apple phone.
That's why.
But Google, a lot of those apps are third party. They don't belong to anybody. It's open sourcing that people don't know that they can just take your information.
That's the difference.
So you have to scroll down and hit. Yeah, that is a difference because Google phones they can take your information a lot faster and a lot quicker than they can on Apple. But listen, that isn't. People don't think about the security aspect of it. We could go all day about how Google phones or Samsungs or Google phones or whatever are better than iPhones as far as features and powerfulness, sure. But as far as security, Apple wins hands down.
Yeah.
They had the FBI try to unlock, couldn't even unlock.
I remember that.
Call Apple to get that, find out what happened to that girl because her phone was locked. They couldn't get in it.
They couldn't get it. Yeah. Yep.
But Google has Google phones and Android based, I should say, Android based.
Android, yeah.
Sorry about Google. Sorry for saying it, speaking incorrectly. It's Android based phones. Google does use Android based, but Android based phones
have way more and better features than iPhone.
Are more exposed to third party information coming across your phone. So just be careful what apps you open and what apps you use on a Android based phone, because all apps are approved and not all apps are safe. But that is all I have for the AI. I don't know if you have something else. You have more stuff. What else you have?
Well, the only thing I gotta say is just, what AI is good to a point, depending on what you're using it for. If it's something to make you better in your creativity, at the same time, I think there's cons about it, as we all know, that many of us like and don't like certain things about AI and where it's leading right now and the potential how it functions in the future. But it's a powerful tool, and like we mentioned, it's risking jobs, certain jobs that has, that fully automated, jobs and so whatnot. But even though with those jobs, it's still needed to have at least physical people, humans there in that place, just in case, what if, but not like remove the whole humans, people of workers there, rather than making
right. You shouldn't wipe out jobs.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do the thing. You should find a way to integrate it, not in their heads, but integrate people and AI so that we have a more rounded experience instead of just eliminating people's jobs and people completely and anything, because AI is fallible, and I assume it's hackable just like any other computer.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's hackable, and some foreign country can come in and hack it and change values and tell AI to do something different.
We've seen
your company. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the extent of it.
Anything. We've seen it all throughout all our years, throughout movies and everything about AIs and statues and all that. And for those of y'all that read the good book, which is like the Holy Bible, that is also it don't say that word, but it gives you an idea of
at the end times
are
going to have things.
I'm not going to read it, but you guys can read it, and that's Revelation chapter 13 verse 15. If you read that part right there and then read before and after it, you'd be like, what? So let's just say statue, replace the word statue for like robot, and then it all connect. You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Many people have spoken about that, but when you read it yourself,
there are
hearing us talk, this is like opinionated, but it's also, some, logic to it. But when you guys read it yourself, like doing your own research, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, I 100% believe that you have to do your own research and figure out for yourself what's good for you, whether AI is good for you and your family, or whether AI is hindering you guys from doing anything. And like I said, there are a lot of truths in the Bible. A lot of the things that have come to pass and will come to pass are already written in the Bible. It's very strange.
Yeah.
It's, you just have to read it and see, hey, this has been spoken about.
Sometimes the answer is within what people's avoiding, but people don't want to hear. Sometimes the answer is there.
But they also have movies that were written years ago.
So many movies. We mentioned
started in the 80s.
Terminators, all the Terminator movies.
The people had this idea that
AI, our robot. Like, okay, why are they making all of these? Like, what's going on here?
I mean, you remember in Y2K when they thought
they couldn't get to zero.
They thought the internet was going to crash because it couldn't do the value as zero to switch over to the thing. But then it just clicked over and it was like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm a computer. Y'all don't worry about that.
And that's
so it's very difficult to, put your mind in those things because it just drives you crazy. And we're not conspiracy theorists, none of that craziness. We're not talking about
no. We're just saying the difference between AI and human robots and how not to fully rely on AI and just be
interaction between
just be more reliable, teach yourself certain things.
We're not speaking the end of the world.
It's good to think. It's critical thinking. It's no more human stuff.
You can read the things that, the same thing that everybody else reads in there and make your own judgments and, things about how the world is, and in it,
everybody got their own opinion.
Is in the Bible compared to what is actually going on in the world tonight, and see, does that line up with what, what you're thinking.
Many agree, some don't.
Some do, some don't.
Yeah.
It's what you're going to have. But we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome.
Love to hear your comments, what you guys think. Let us know. Talk to us. We're on YouTube. We have TikTok, our host site, Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio.
Check it out.
Leave comments. Let us know what you're thinking.
Tell a friend.
Just reach out.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Subscribe on YouTube. We're constantly putting out stuff. We have daily lives that we are in, so our content is slow, comes and goes, but we do have 9 to 5s. So this isn't the only thing that we do. But we are here. So put your comments out there.
Appreciate it.
And let us know. And that's pretty much it. That's it for this episode. We are Echoes of the Opinionated. I'm your host, Eric D, and my co-host,
Big Web. Stay blessed, y'all.
Stay blessed. We out.
Peace.